What might the future hold? A question that remains central to our process of being. For in it is the expression of life itself. We live, we work, we struggle, we sacrifice to create a future for ourselves and for all that we hold dear. A group of folks interested in the future of education found our way to the Ghost Ranch in New Mexico in June of 2023 with the outlandish goal of working on a design process to make sense of the last 50 years of technology's impact on education, to observe where we stand today, and to imagine what education might be 50 years hence. The 100-Year Project was a brainchild of Lev Gonick, the Chief Information Officer at Arizona State University. He, along with my fellow travelers in the world of educational technology, Samantha Becker and Peggy Snyder, planned a design retreat to tackle the past, present, and future of what has been our life's work. We invited a small group of colleagues from around the U.S., including students, faculty members, program directors, and field leaders, to look at what we've learned over these decades of shared practice, where we find ourselves, and what would be the best way to invent a future for this work for the generations to come. Our gathering took place in the unworldly beauty of northern New Mexico at the Ghost Ranch Retreat Center. We took inspiration from the historical cultures of this area to think about what has legacy, what has meaning, whose voices need inclusion, what steps serve the broadest, most equitable impact. And we borrowed from the metaphor in the geologic narrative written on the mesas surrounding us to reflect on what had been the eruptions or big seismic shifts in our field. What were the ways that one technology built upon others to create the layers of substantial impact on education? And what were the organic and gentle evolutions of our flows in our work as our collective adoption of these technologies carved out new directions for our myriad practices? On our first day, this led to a morning overview and then small group discussions about our experiences and perspectives coming from our lived experiences in education. We then used these discussions to spend the afternoon talking about how these stories inform our vision of the future. We then spent the morning of day 2 discussing what actions we would take in planning a substantial gathering in the early spring of 2024. Ghost Ranch was the perfect space for listening, connecting, and collaborating in this design process. The open skies and vistas invited us to sit with our most deeply held values, to consider what we've learned, and to dream about where that will take the community of educators in the decades to come. As an invited participant of the 2024 event, as a sponsor or collaborator in our planning, we hope you will find yourself equally inspired.